Everything that explode. Flying saucers and everything. It's total war on Laz's channel. Memorial Day weekend. The wrong way to start that, I guess.
Oh well.
Bringing back terrible memories of people and stuff. Laz, why don't you think a little bit?
Echo? On my part? Whose part?
Me. My part. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend. We're supposed to, we're supposed to remember our fallen heroes.
R2 is saying Echo.
Oh, you know why? You don't have headphones on.
Yeah. What do I need headphones for?
That's what stops the echoing.
Where do I put it?
On your head. And you stick it in your
No, I mean, where's the input?
Do you have a phone that has, are you using a phone or using a laptop?
Using the laptop.
Okay, you should have a input for headphones in your laptop, like a little audio.
That's where my speaker is. Maybe I'll change it.
Yeah. You won't need the speakers because you'll be able to hear through the headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bear with me, okay, guys?
You know why it's happening? Yeah, it's because when I'm talking or doing something and you hear that, there's a time delay. That's what the whole joke about the latency jam is that there's latency between when my information gets to you.
Right.
Because we're across continent here in America. And by the time you get it there coming through your speakers, it causes a bit of a delay. And then of course
give me a minute here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
How's that? Is that better?
Oh yeah, there's no delay, you see?
Yeah.
It's all good. This is how we should do the jam thing, but then there's another problem with that.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't. But then my effects in my microphone.
I know.
Work, right?
I know that's why we have to figure out a way to do it with the.
Yeah.
I haven't even hooked up my interfaces yet. That's the whole idea of hooking up an interface,
right?
Mics and everything through that. So it's complex kind of setup, but we can do it.
Francis DiMarzio was supposed to help me out.
He knows that stuff.
But he hasn't. I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it yet.
Yeah. We'll have to have him on the show and walk you through it and stuff. But let's say hi to everybody.
Remember, I was waiting for those headphones to be able to finish it off.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten together to do that yet.
Well, soon, right? So let's say hi to the chat. Of course, we got to start the Sunday morning with your favorite sound.
Thank you very much. It is officially now a broadcast.
Now we're officially started the broadcast. We've got people in the chat to say hi to. Let's say hi first, though, and I still have not updated this thing yet.
I want to make sure everything is all straightened out.
Yeah, we got to update this. By the way, this is a show called Music is Therapy. That's the show. We got 13 people in here on a Sunday morning on a Memorial Day weekend. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people go away. A lot of people go camping or go out with the kids. It's the first real warm, nice kind of weekend of the summer in a sense, right? This is when the weather gets better and you can maybe take the kids out for a little fishing, like we used to go fishing when we were kids to the Delta here.
Today, I'm supposed to be going to a barbecue jam in Yonkers. It's a very high-end jam, and I don't know. And I'm all set up and ready to go.
Right on.
I got my bag all packed and everything. But 2 o'clock, whatever it was, we ended up with Johnny. I got off Johnny's stream, and there was another stream immediately after that, so I watched that until like 3 o'clock, and I was about ready to turn off and go to sleep, and then Preston Smith started.
I saw that he was on, and I
was with him on his stream. I didn't go in, but I was watching for like an hour. So 4 o'clock, and I woke up at 7:30. So I hope I'm going to be able to drive with 3.5 hours sleep.
Wow.
So that's my situation right now.
I think I heard it said in some kind of a cowboy film or something, like one of the tough guys said, "I'll sleep when I'm dead."
Yeah. I don't want to die on the road though today.
No, Janice. Oops. I didn't mean to clap at that. Where is that thing? We don't want that happening.
No.
None of that. Please. Okay, so we worry about you sometimes because we know you're really into the watching all the shows as many as you can.
Yeah,
And of course, that can be
and watching
dangerous.
my exclusive playlists.
Yeah. By the way, I've got to update this PayPal supporters, special supporters, moderators list here because I need to add several people on here. So let's go through this and then we'll say hi to everyone in the chat as people
Sure.
stream in. We'll start to talk about the topic of the day, which is music therapy, of course, because this is the Music is Therapy show, a new branded show here on the Music Therapy Labs channel, which is odd that I didn't talk more about music therapy earlier on in this. I was talking gear. All this stuff kind of took my attention away.
Right.
But yeah, it's some really interesting things, and I still have to add a couple links onto the description to some of the videos that I will show you guys as well. Some short kind of stuff that I think you'll find interesting, like last time we talked about some of this stuff. And because it's Memorial Day, of course, this weekend we are remembering our fallen, heroes, our fallen soldiers in the wars. And from my perspective, I almost don't care what side of the wars you're on in a way, unless you're really part of something really evil, which obviously, there was some of that going on. But people can go down the bad path, the wrong path, and be misled by leadership and things like all kinds of bad things can happen, and people die and kill for all kinds of bad reasons. And then there's sometimes you have to do things to defend not just your country but
This is
your
better, Archer.
way of life, right? What do you got there?
I'm telling R2 that was better than his beer run.
Oh, his beer. Hey, beer
Yeah.
beer's good too. Hurry up. What is saying? Hurry up, I need to go on a beer. R2, you little W. Anyway, you can have this in the background as like a podcast style, listening to it
Right.
while you're going on the beer run. You can do that. Anyway,
That's right.
he's funny.
Even
This
through
is
your
too
stereo
bad we
speakers
can't
on your
see the
phone.
face. Here it just shows turquoise drinking coffee face. We have to look at the on YouTube. But anyway, back to the supporters in the chat here. There's some of them here. Of course, we have other people that have been supporting the channel as well, and you support the channel in many ways, so many ways, as it says right there. So in honor of your support, Janice, I wanted
Oh
to
God,
get
here
you
we go.
something.
Here we
You know
go.
what this is all about?
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
shudder to
more
think.
cute than you think. It's really, really cute. Let's see. Here we go. There's one here that's from Johnny Bean that I'm sending to you. But you guys ready for this reveal here?
Present
This
yourself.
is all right. All right. All right. You know what? We're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off.
Okay.
We're gonna hold off just a little bit longer. So let's say hi, Mike Olson, big time support. I gotta add $10 or more onto there because he keeps sending me money because he's awesome. Gunnerman 54, who I need to send a package to that I'm gonna keep adding more and more stuff to because to make it worth your weight. Charles 75N, also a supporter, and he has a new show. So I've
I
got to
think he's
also
on right
find a way
now.
to, yeah, I've got to put that up onto the YouTubes here. Johnny says he'll jump in a little while. That's cool. All right. And then we've got, let's see, Charles. I think he sent me info here. Mully's heading to bed right now, but he'll watch it on the replay, he says. So there's that. Charles says, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Send me a link. Send me a link. I think they're on right now. I
Yeah,
think
that's what I
they're
said.
on. Yeah. Because and he was asking me, hey, would I start my show a little bit later, like half an hour later, and then they can do their thing without overflowing onto our show, kind of thing. But
But I think
I
the
don't know.
better thing would be to go earlier for you.
No, on a Sunday morning, it's already rough enough as it is. Starting at, I would have to wake up before their show starts because they start at 11 Central, right? Which for me is
Oh yeah.
9. So they want me to start at 10 instead of 9:30. That way they go from 11 to 12, and then I go from their time 12 to, you know what I mean? And then we kind
Well,
of stack up like that.
right now for me, it's a quarter to one.
Hey, is Molly in the chat? Oh, Ryan's just saying Molly on replay. Okay, yeah, that's funny. Okay, I'll let him know that you guys said hi. Mully's awesome. He's funny as heck. His joke of the day, right?
Yes, I
You ever
know.
heard? Yeah. So then we got Keith Holmes, who also Keith H, as we know him, in the chat, and then we got William De Silva, as Johnny likes to call him, Desolva sometimes, because he dissolves things. Dissolva, William Desolva.
He dissolves those
I
glass
like
sticks,
to
right?
tease Johnny.
Does he have to dissolve the glass first before he makes the picks?
Probably does dissolve things. Yeah, so he makes those really really
Because he
awesome
has,
picks.
I mean, glass blowers do stuff like that, right?
Oh, Opie Taylor. I'm Millie Opie Taylor. Oh, we're here. I thought you hadn't started yet. Go for it, and then we'll go to bed. Okay, cool. Well, let me show your guys' stuff then, Molly. Opie Taylor. So we'll do this, and then we'll do the rest of the thanking of the supporters thing. Um, so I'm gonna be getting this to a friend of Molly's that's down in the LA area. I could either drop it off to them, Molly, or I can send it to them. But I'll be in the area again the end of June. So if that's too late, let me know. But we're in contact. So here we go. You guys want to see Molly first, or you want to see his wife, or you want to see both at the same time? Are you clipping your nails? We can hear that, Janice. Here, let me
Sorry.
mute. I'm gonna mute you. Hey, you got to clip your nails before you go jam, though.
That's
I
right.
totally understand. So you can just mute your mic while you clip. Clip away while I
Okay.
show this.
All right.
Clip away. Here, I'm gonna solo me anyway. Here we go. So here we go. Oh, we gotta have the thing. Dun, 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 dun. Claps. I need 5 hands. Oh, gotta get the ring off of them here. Oh. Anyway, so there's Mully right there. He's got sandals on because I just imagine you in sandals. I don't know why. I imagine you in sandals in like some rock and roll kind of camo shorts there. You've got a what is that? I think a microphone in your hand. I think, or is that a coffee? I think you have a coffee in your hand because I think you do also drink coffee, but I think it's a microphone. Could be a microphone. I think I got your microphone because you do stuff on YouTube and you do music. You got the gray beard. You got a black hat, and you got dog. I couldn't exactly get a poodle like curly poodle, but it looks kind of like a poodly kind of thing, right? Brown, like your dog. What's your dog's name, man? And then we got you a guitar. So there you go. So there's that.
Mully used to do a cup of the day feature.
The cup of the day. So okay, so I
He
thought
went
I'd
through
clicked
his.
like a Starbucks. So this is his wife Tomoko, who's got the black biker leather jacket thing with pearl necklace, of course, because the reference to the ZZ Top song, of course. And then you know what? I'm gonna turn this thing off because it's kind of not helping. All right, there's Molly. We saw that, and then we got Tomoko. I think I got her name right. Did I? I hope so. And then she's got a red skirt on because she's a rockin' babe, if she's your babe, right? And a purse, of course, because she's a girl. And I think I got her hair right. Right? No animal here, because the animals actually cost $3 extra, and you got one dog. I'm assuming these will be together, so you'll be like this, somewhere up on the shelf, right? So there you go. All right. Should we reveal Janice's yet?
Sure, why not?
Should we? All right, we'll do it. We got 20 people in here already. That's funny. I don't know. Oh, you 812. I'll say hi to the chat people. But all right, let's go ahead and reveal Janice. All right, here we go. Here's the Janice reveal. Here we go. She never wears skirts. But you know what? Maybe this will get her to come around to the skirt thing. Anyway. Check that out. Look at that.
That's
Doesn't
pretty
that
good.
look like it looks like Janice? Look, rocking here too. I got her the biker, the rock and roll biker jacket because you gotta go, black biker,
I like
white
that.
T-shirt with jeans. Oh, and I think her shoes are like they're like All Stars or something like that, like Vans or
Cool.
yeah. You look like a total rocker. You got a microphone there. So I think the one that I got from Mully is a coffee because here's the microphone. See that? And should
And
we go? Should we single me? Hold on.
you truly made me a Zin's clone with the glasses.
Right? Well, they had the girl glasses and the boy glasses, and the girl glasses are like this. The boy glasses are more like mine. Let me show you. And well, I'll show you a Johnny Bean one. Right? Let's show you a Johnny Bean one. Oh, where are the Johnny Beans? Here they are. Because I got him a few extras. So the Johnny Beans, see how they're more squared off?
Yes.
They're more like Ray-Bans, whereas these are kind of rounded. Cat eye kind of
They
thing.
didn't
So,
have wire rims though, did they?
no, they had, that was it.
See,
They
well
don't give
that
you like a million options, you know. But look at the hair, even matches. Look at
yeah, it's
that.
great.
It's great, right? It's awesome. So there you go, Janice. I'm going to send that to you along with this one that Johnny gave to me to give to you. And I'm also going to send you a, what do they call it? Like a swag bag prize package from NAM because you're so cool.
Oh,
So there you go. And I'm going to send it to you in this very fancy Funko Pop bag. What's that?
oh my God.
I know. Can you contain your excitement?
Yes, I can. I contain myself very well lately.
Well, we won't talk about that because that's private,
No,
right?
you won't talk
But
about that.
but that there we go. That's the Funko world. So that's that, and then we'll finish off. Talking about the supporters here. So
Okay.
we've got on top of that, we got to take this one out. Here we go, and then I got to start reading the chat and saying hi to the chat. Johnny Bean, too many things that he's supported me with. Janice Lawless, so many things. L&M Guitar Corner, many things. Octopus Ears, the Albatross, and more. Patty Dill, many things that she sent us, like the sign that's back there, and the I've got like a bunch of stuff. Hold on, how do I do this? How do I do this and have that in there at the same time? Let me remove, and then I'm going to add. There we go. So off to the corner of that direction, there's the calendar that she sent me. She's got the open the blast doors. Hold on. Open the glass doors sign that she sent me. The Van Halen license plate right there. So many things, and then of course I have to thank. Of course, how can I not put Amanda Peters on the special supporters list? I mean, she's made, painted three of the pedals so far, and one of which I couldn't pick up last time I was there. Sometimes it just doesn't work timing wise and all that. And she has a really tough work schedule. So yeah, it didn't work out. But next time, I'm hoping midday on a Sunday we'll be able to catch her and Rob on our way through, and then end of well, the very first weekend of July, we're going to a wedding down the LA, well, San Diego area. And then who else? There's so many nice supporting people here. I've got to add. God, I got to add our buddy. I keep wanting to say Mojo, but it's not
It went
Hobo
away.
Roadie.
It went away.
Hobo Roadie. What went away?
You think of the guy's name,
Yeah,
just
right.
like Billy Sheehan. It went
Right,
away.
Billy Sheehan. It went away. Hobo Roadie. Yeah. And we will be talking about memory loss and stuff like that too in this show. Believe it or not, at some point, because we're almost halfway through the show.
Coincidentally,
We haven't even said hi to the people in the chat yet. And then we got Metalhead Hippie, Pooh Ninja, Jack the Rabbit, Dwight Bailey, Amanda Coombs, Brad Guitar Miller as moderators, on top of the special supporters who are typically usually moderators as well. So there we go. Thank you to all of those wonderful people and more that I've probably forgotten. And then let's say hi. We'll say hi to the chat from the very start here. So we got L&M Guitar Corner says, if you haven't already, please leave a like for this stream to help our buddy Laz. Yeah, help
did
your
it.
buddy Laz here. You know what? You guys know that I might be late in sending gifts and items to you, but you always get a little extra with that if you're waiting longer. And I'll probably, because it's a 3-day weekend, actually have time to put the packages together, because I don't just throw them in a box and send them. No. I write a handwritten card thanking you for being a supporter. I tape some pics onto there, whatever kind that are cool that I have around here, which is a lot of cool things. And I add stuff. And because I got a bunch of this NAM swag, look at this bucket o' NAM swag here. Bucket o' NAM swag, right? This looks like I got this bucket at Vegas or something, right? This bucket o' NAM swag that I'm going to be able to give all kinds of fun stuff to you guys from there. So, including something like this. Look at this, Solace for Hope. Solace for Hope. That's like a music organization trying to help people through music, right? Anyway, so there you go. There you go. You'll get your stuff. I'll put it together and send it out. I even have the boxes waiting here with the the bubble wrap and everything. Really I do. Including, you want one of these, Janice, too? One of these Martin lanyards?
What's it for? Protecting your strings?
No, basically, if you go to like some kind of an event, or you
Oh
want to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
keys from
It
getting
looked like one
lost,
of
or
those.
you
It looked
put
like
it
that
around
thing
your
that
neck,
you put
you
around
know.
your fretboard.
You can
For
put this
yeah.
around. This actually, you put around your neck and just hang your keys on. It's got like a little clip the end,
Uh huh.
and you can just clip whatever onto there, And you can show people that, hey, I'm fancy. I have Martin guitar lanyard that no one else has, because you can only get them at NAM, right? So there you go. So I'll send you that if you want. Do you like Martin guitars? Do you have a Martin
That's
guitar?
true, Ryan. Nobody wants to be number 666.
I think it's great when I'm number 666. I don't believe in the devil. I think it's a made up thing. I think that these number things and stuff is just like hocus pocus, kind of, whatever. I think that if you fear something and make something into something that matters to you, then it will be real. I'm not saying that it's not real to some people. Definitely, the devil is real for some people. But for me, I don't believe in. I don't believe in. I don't fear that, because I think the fear itself is like once said wisely by Churchill.
Right.
We've got nothing to fear but
But
fear
fear itself.
itself.
Right.
Very
Exactly.
wise words from a very wise man who partook in an occasional libation, unlike mine. I'm having coffee. It's,
I think I'm gonna get a glass of water. Just give me a
I don't
second
want
here.
to. I don't want to spill this onto the laptop, but
I'm
there's the
not really
coffee
going
right there.
away
Go
too
for it.
far.
Go for it. And I'm going to say hi to the chat while you're gone. All right, so we can remove this now. Remove that from the stream. So let's go ahead and start back at the bottom here. Or, well, I guess we can call it the top, because this is the beginning of the very beginning is the bottom, and here we're at the top. We got R2 saying hi to Sean Hockey, and then we've got Ryan Hall saying hi to BC Rich, and then we've got more Sean Hockey. We got L&M saying, "Oh, I would love to be it, but I'm already subbed, and it's a team effort anyway." So they're probably talking to each other. BC Rich is saying something about for credentials, right?
Yeah,
And
for
then
the lanyard.
the lanyard. There you cred. You gotta have Martin cred. And then
Yeah.
we've got OU812 says nobody wants to be number 666 sub. Dude, why not? Whenever I become number 666 sub, I'm always like, hey, I was number 666. And then just to mess with people. And
Isn't it
then
very?
what?
Isn't it very
I'll sometimes.
convenient? Isn't it very convenient to be here in my dining room with my kitchen here and in my living room and everything here? It's much better than
Yeah.
being in that room.
Why? I like them. I like to see all the musical instruments in the
Yeah. Well,
background.
I got everything here too. I got this.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So we might even do a latency jam. Is that what you're telling me?
And
Oh,
I
look
got
at Janice
this.
is set up. All right. There
And I
we
got my
go.
speaker down here, and I have my
It might even work better now that you have headphones on. We're gonna
my
have to
drum
try that at the
machine.
end of the show. Yeah. Nobody wants to be Ryan Hall again. All right, L&M, you already have it. Please leave like. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to Laz. Yeah, to the devil's number of subscribers. Yeah, get Laz to the devil's number. That's where the 666 thing came from. We got Stephen Franklin also saying nice, hoping nothing but the best for you. I guess they're all
Here's a
talking to each other.
Glenn Fricker for you.
Glenn, yeah. Well, no, he does the other one. Did you remember? I mean, I can swear on my channel because I'm not 1,000, and I should be at 1,000 already. I believe. Don't you guys believe that I should be at 1,000?
Yeah, me too.
Janice too. You know what's gonna happen? As soon as we get to 1,000, YouTube's gonna change the rules and say you got to be at 10,000 to be a real YouTuber, and we're gonna be like, ah!
Or
Meanwhile,
you
they
need
keep making
500.
free ads on
You
us.
need
Making
500, and
money
we've
on
already been there.
us.
Just
Right,
like
Colonel Molly. Exactly. Colonel Molly's off to sleep. Let's get through this quick. Janice is here. Look at that. Janice is here. And then we've got Blackjack likes your Funko. Right on.
it is cool.
And then yeah, and then he switched. Jeff Davidson is also here. What's up, Jeff? Right on. Who else is here? William de Salva. So I solve things. There you go. He's William de Salva.
The, the solver.
You know what? They call me because I'm good at door installations because my company, my uncle and my grandfather's company, I work for them. I'm an expert in doors, residential doors. And so they call me the door guyver, believe it or not, because when they have a problem they don't know how to solve, they call me and I solve it for them. I answer, I help them out anyway, or I go and fix it and charge a lot of money. L&M is currently mixing stereo, streaming, one left, one right, and sound mixed XD. Dude, we got to talk. You guys, what I love about Martin and Lucas is that they're both young, smart guys with lots of energy, and even though they have families, they still have time to do YouTube right.
35
Whereas
years old, right?
I'm not doing it right, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Anyway, and then we got I think that's mostly everybody that I've mentioned in the chat so far. Stephen Franklin, what's up, dude? What's up, Stephen Franklin? Also here. And Rhodey's Jam Cave, dude. Rhodey, man, this guy, he can sing. Rhodey's, check out his channel. Everybody here, mostly everyone here has a channel. R2R3 kind of has a channel with this guy, these guys together. Just teasing you guys. Don't make me whip out the albatross. I will do it. Hold on. Close the blast doors. They're gonna want to close the
Half
blast
my
doors
age, you guys.
I know. Oh, are they asking about your newest love of life?
No, L&M is 35 and L&M is 37, so 35 is half of me.
Yeah, they're almost half my age. Not quite. I'm 56 and proud.
What year were you born?
66.
In what, June?
June. So I'm 666. There you go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little devil.
My
I meant to push this one.
My ex-boyfriend was January 67.
Hold on. Anyway, Mark's gas station also here. January what?
It's January 67. My ex-boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
I spent 10 years with him. He was 21.
Lucky man.
He was 21 and I was 35.
Well, that's pretty good, Janice. I dated a 19-year-old when I was 29, and she turned 20 when I turned 30. And I felt really weird about that, but she just wouldn't let me, like, I had no choice. I'm telling you guys.
He had no choice either.
I tried every way I could to avoid this young woman. She was, wonderful in many ways, but I knew she was going to break my heart, and she did.
Yeah.
And that's the way it happens. Anyway, happy Memorial Day weekend, says R2R3 Locking Nut. And with that, we will commence into the topic of the show. What do you think, Janice?
I based my whole tragic future on him.
Your whole tragic future. But it ended up all right, because look at you now.
It's even worse.
You keep going after even younger guys. You're... We're never going to reveal who this person is, by the way, you guys, because that's Janice's secret. Anyway. But music is therapy. That's what we're here for, right? I believe.
But I'll tell you, if anything ever comes out, I refuse to be a laughing stock.
Oh, no, there's nothing funny about that. I think you have absolutely, Ryan. We might do that at the end of the show just to be funny. We just love, yeah. Dude, I can walk you through how to do it. So hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. We're live on Facebook as well, everyone, right? You guys know we're live on Facebook. Did you know we are live on Facebook too? You know that song? Anyway, I'm making up songs. But yeah, man, I can help you out with that kind of stuff. So it's pretty simple engineering. Hip Metal Works. Speaking of engineering, Hip Metal Works. What's up, dude? And then we got Dan Gorman. Dan Gorman also here. Lucas also here, late but still here. Guitar Safari Raid. Right on. So I think the Guitar Safari is the show that they were talking about hanging out with Charles in. So thank you, Charles. Where are you at, Charles? Are you here? Charles is already here or no? Where's Charles? Guitar Safari, you guys. Oh, I think I saw somebody else up here I recognize. Hugh Caldwell. Yeah, I saw the Sylvester up there, man, and I had to click. What's up, Hugh Caldwell? My good buddy from the Isles of England, I believe, right? The shores of England. Okay, BC Rich says, I may not do that. I have everything to do, including the cutting kit for the knob and router for the hinges. Oh, you may do that. I just have no practice putting in a door. Dude, there's so much to it other than just those tools. And there are little small detailed things that when I explain to you how it works, you're going to be like, oh, God, I would never have known that. And yeah, I'll be able to help you out, man. I'll help you out. So, yeah, man, we can even FaceTime it or something. I can be on a job even and show you. But yeah, so everyone here, let's go ahead and commence into the show. What do you think? So I thought it's fitting, it being Memorial Day, to talk about, how music as a form of therapy is used, with people that suffer from a variety of not just diseases. And we call it disease because it's a dis-ease. In other words, it's something that is not comforting. It's something that causes a lack of, or the opposite of ease, which is dis-ease. Yeah, Scotland. So yeah, I know that's a bad mistake. I didn't want to say Scotland if you're from England or from Ireland. So I'm like, where is he from? But is called well? Is that like anything that ends with well, like a Scottish thing? I don't know. There's got to be a way for me to like memorize these things, right? But yeah, a dis-ease, as they call it, like Alzheimer's is a disease. Dementia is a type of symptomatic. I don't think they consider Alzheimer's a disease in itself. It's part of like a symptomatic thing of things like Alzheimer's and whatnot. It's a memory loss kind of symptom. Hobarodi, yeah, malaise. There you go. Malaise is
Like
another way of putting it. Yeah.
the signals are not touching to keep it going,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So that's a good way to put it. So, I don't know if you guys know about how the brain works, but we have neural, pathways that go from different parts of our brain. And those different parts of our brain are kind of like centers for stuff. So we have parts of the brain that is for like cognitive thinking. There's parts of the brain that can, deal with sound, language, movement. There are different like parts of your brain that actually operate. The parts of your hand and face and movement. I mean, it's fascinating how all these things work. And those pathways are through neurons that are basically firing. Electrical impulses fire through the neurons, and basically this, like, it looks like a crazy, if you want to see something really crazy, there's actually scientists that when they break down how the universe looks and you're able to back away from it far enough to where you see it in its kind of almost spider webby way of everything being connected, it looks like a brain's neural pathways. It's really, really wild. So who knows? But Hoborodi, type 4 diabetes, like brain plaques, maybe. Yeah. Brain plaques is also another thing where, parts of the brain that are destroyed by a variety of things. It can be substances that you eat, drink, and there can also be damage due to injury, right? So you can have injured parts of your brain, and drugs can really do damage. A lot of people that are, for example, meth users or people that have been addicted to meth, amphetamines, it basically turns your brain into like Swiss cheese, man. It really does a lot of damage. It can do a lot of, it definitely affects people's and impairs people's ability to make cognitive, like functioning decisions well. That's why a lot of times when young people get hooked on some of these drugs, it's not that there's no hope and no turning back and no way to rewire. That's the one good thing about the plasticity of the brain. There's, hey, Quentin James. See, we're talking about this guy right here. He's still got the brain working, I think, right, Quentin? I think so. Wow, that kid thing on the street, though, man, probably lost a couple brain cells through the stress of that one alone. And stress is another way that we can have problems in the brain. It can cause, dysfunction. And memory is a very interesting part of how the brain functions because, like it's often said, memory, or by at least people in the industry of, or if you want to call it industry, if you call it something else,
Just a
people in the
question.
field, yes.
Why is BC Rich's comment that I see on the StreamYard not showing up on the YouTube side?
I don't know. Did you time him out by
No,
accident?
nothing.
BC Rich, where are you?
See where it says
Oh, there he is.
Alzheimer's categorized?
This thing here.
No.
I don't have him blocked or anything. I don't even have YouTube open yet on my phone, so I
Oh.
couldn't have blocked him, even if I wanted to. But let's go ahead and let's go pull this up here and see what's going on in the, because I don't always watch. I don't have like three laptops set up here and all that stuff yet. That's gonna happen when I move everything over here. So if you guys want to see, this might be a mistake turning this, but there's my desk where I plan to have everything all set up, but it's not there yet. There's still a bunch of stuff on top of there. So right now we're here looking at guitars, which is kind of a cool background, right? This is real, you guys. It's not fake. I can go watch. Look, let me go grab this guy right here. Funko Pop. Who's that? Resemblance? No? Okay. Anyway, that's Laz. That's Music Therapy Laz up there. Anyway, claps for Laz. So back to the neuroplasticity thing. So one of the things about music that really makes it very, very special is the fact that you can get the brain working when it seems like it's no longer working anymore, with music. And why is that? Hey, Presley from California Customs. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, but yeah, what happens is music is one of those things that's so primal and early. It was really probably our very first and earliest language, if you want to call it. Um, there's some very interesting studies and if you want to call it scientific discovery or whatever you want to call it, maybe just acknowledgement of a fact you discover, right? Um, of the fact that human beings probably would not have evolved to where we are if it wasn't for music. Because you look at other primates and when they get into like the social classes and the social order of how they function as a group, um, you don't see them grouping in much larger groups than, say, baboons are probably the largest groupings of primates you'll see, right? You won't see groups of primates much larger than you do in baboons. And what do they do a lot of the day, all day long? They're grooming each other. And the grooming is something that releases endorphins and serotonins and things like that in your bloodstream to make you feel happy and connect with each other as a social group. And numbers matter a lot out in the wild, and even in the not wild, like human beings, the more of us we have together in one group, the more we can do collectively. As an intelligent being on the planet, we're able to achieve quite a bit collectively. You don't build the Golden Gate Bridge by yourself. You might be able to design some of it by yourself, maybe, but it's a collective effort of a variety of, a large group of people for the most part getting together and putting their brains together, right? It's a bonding thing. Absolutely, Quentin. It's a bonding thing. And the early part of human, evolution, right? Music helped people get together and they celebrated through music everything from, puberty to sexuality to, the procreation that keeps the species moving forward, to bringing groups together. Churches are made big halls so that not only can you hear the person speak, most of the time they weren't speaking, most of the time they were singing
Or chanting?
music, chanting. And then you had groups of people coming together and singing, chanting. I mean, if you haven't seen the movie Caveman, that basically tells it all right there. The one with Ringo Starr. I
I
think he
saw
met his wife.
the caveman Olympics on a Commodore 64.
if you haven't seen the movie Caveman with the Ringo Starr in it, I think
I
he
didn't see
met
it.
his wife Barbara Bach in that movie,
Right, I know that.
and
Yes,
lucky
Barbara.
man, lucky man. Anyway, oh, you dated serotonin, says Hall, Ryan Hall. Right on. Oh my God. So Quentin actually drove by a church once and it burst into flames. Well, then you have to be number 666 on my channel subscribers, dude. If you're
So
not
then you may.
numbers,
So
you
then
have to
Quentin.
unsubscribe and resubscribe as 666 just to prove a
So
point.
then Quentin should just may as well move.
Yeah.
May as well move.
Yeah, right on.
I know I carry a
But
firearm.
yeah, right. Well, obviously he needs to protect himself from the dangers of Kentucky, where a lot
Especially
of
at
weird
that
stuff
traffic
going
light.
on,
Especially at that
especially
traffic light.
there. I'm gonna show this one, Quentin, even though Janice, did you show it? This one that's
What?
saying something about scratching his butt. Oh, you already
Uh,
handled it,
no,
yeah.
somebody
All
handled
right,
it. I didn't.
right. Maybe they blocked it or handled it or
It was
whatever happened,
probably
but
L&M who did it.
well, yeah, could have been. But anyway, but back to the neuroplasticity thing. So when you have trauma, and it can be anything, it can be trauma from an accident, it can be a bad breakup by some person. Like I think I was traumatized by my ex personally. It could be a bad breakup with somebody. It could be, something more serious like a rape or something like that. There are a lot of people, a lot of women are raped in this world, and many people don't want to accept or even face the fact that the really large percentage of women are abused in a very horrific way early in life, and I don't even know how they go on after something like that, but they manage, I think, with love and friendship and friends and family
I was
and
attacked
therapy.
once.
See, there you go, man. So, I mean, how many women, by the time a woman is your age, Janice, probably, unless you really seclude yourself, and even if you aren't raped, you might be traumatized in some way. There can be
Many
someone that
ways.
felt you up or did something really, whoa, and people don't take that as seriously as they should, because that can really affect how you then approach or even, perceive relations with the opposite sex, whether it's business or work or whatever fun. Because there's people that, they use their power over others in work situations or other life situations. But back to the other kinds of trauma, like things that happen through diseases, and we're trying to figure out how it happens, how we get these diseases. But Alzheimer, dementia, or things that are not something we choose per se. I think there are more and more studies being done about whether or not some of the foods that we eat and some of the other things like that, having more exercise and challenging your brain on a regular braces, basis, can help your brain stay alive. Because if you basically just sit and watch TV all day, your brain's going to turn to mush, because you're just, exciting your visual cortexes and all that kind of stuff. You're not really challenging your mind in some way that helps your mind find purpose and reason for living. um, so video games, that's on TV, but there you're interacting. So there's something to be said about people that play video games, because if you're constantly playing a new game, you have to meet a new challenge. But another thing too is that doing something completely different, like if you never played Sudoku and you play something like that, or you do crossword puzzles. But if you're always doing just that one same thing all the time, believe me, it's not going to work to keep your brain alive. You've got to challenge your brain in other ways. Look at the chat. You have someone new that has entered. Who? Quentin, his ex, Ryan, Sean, Charles. I said hi to Charles, didn't I? I saw Charles. R2, R3. Oh, he's taken off. All right, he's gonna marinate some meats. Spell it out. Who is it? Who is it? You have new people who have entered. Yes. Well, anyway, new people who have entered. Thank you for entering. So, how many guys are raped? That happens too. And there's the other thing about gender too, Ryan. Right? I mean, in California, as you know, we're very more liberal and open. It wasn't James G. It wasn't James G. Right? But oh, I got it. Okay, great. Thanks, man. But yeah, here in California, we're much more liberal and open-minded to diversity and being, accepting people of different shapes, sizes, places, cultures. And I have a niece now, who's my nephew, is now my niece, and it all makes sense. Danny is still Danny, but instead of Danielle is now Daniel is now Danielle. Danny, it fits. It's like, okay, now this all makes sense. This I totally get it, and it's like so great that he found his place as a woman in the world because it makes sense. He's really not shouldn't have been a he. He's more a she. And who is it, to say? I mean, who has the authority in this world, really? I mean, come on, man. Who has the authority in this world to say what someone else should be or not be, and allow them or not allow them to be happy in whatever way they should be happy, or be supported in whatever way they might need support, right? Aren't we all here to love each other, man? I mean, in the end, if we can't
Right.
find a way to do that, then we're doomed. And that's why we have war. This is why we have war. And back to Memorial Day, right? Yeah, definitely men get raped. I have my cousin, I'm not going to say who, but one of my cousins had a wonderful guy as a husband, but he had some learning disabilities that weren't, properly paid attention to as a young man. His family was ultra religious, so they thought there was something wrong with him, that maybe, he was purposefully, he's like spawn of the devil or something. I don't know, whatever their attitude was, but it was this attitude like he was somehow made that way on purpose by God, and so instead of finding a way to help him, they just prayed and whatever they did, but they probably didn't know what to do either. This is the thing about being more open-minded, that it allows us to be more open-minded to not just science, but ways of solving problems for people. And what I mean by solving a problem, it's like someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia or memory loss or PTSD or some kind of trauma. Try to have some understanding of what's going on with them and to try to help them so that they don't feel lost and disconnected, right? And music brings us together. It's one of the most strong connecting things there are. There's nothing that connects our brain to every aspect. Of all the different centers of the brain are lit up by music. It's so primal. It's so part of our early language. It's so, you know, Quentin. I have a big problem with the woke issues, but I'll take my mom's advice that she gave me when I was 4. Just keep my big fat fucking mouth shut. Well, no, you know what? I think it's important, Quentin, to talk about it, because the thing about this is that, different people in politics and the news media and all that, they're all trying to make waves and trying to get attention. That's the ego problem that they have. But they're also thinking that what they're doing is helping their sector of the world by exposing things. And what's important about this is that we have to have dialogue. We have to talk about this stuff because we have to try to find some understanding. We're not going to find understanding of each other if we just say, "Oh, you're that way and I'm this way and that's that, and you're brown and I'm white, and so because of that, you go over there and drink and eat and poop and sleep and whatever in your sector, and we'll keep segregated and separate here in our sector, and just leave us alone and we'll leave you alone." You can't be an island in this world, man. If we don't work together and solve our collective problems collectively, we're going to be doomed by them. And this is why borders and all this stuff are still a problem. And that's why we try to make treaties and have, alliances with people. George Washington famously said, I think it was him, that, we should beware of our entangling alliances that we might have with others, and to not get involved in other people's entangling and alliances. Well, that's easy to say after the French came and helped us break away from Britain, if they didn't get involved in our entangle with our stuff. So the bottom line is that that there are a lot of perspectives you can have on different things in life. And sometimes it's a matter of time and energy. Sometimes people don't have the time or energy to understand, but then sometimes they choose not to, and that's a different thing. Sometimes people just decide that, look, I'm just going to look at it this way because I don't have the energy to look into that and learn about that and stuff. And so Hence why I even started this show to talk more about music as a form of therapy, because it used to be laughed at. Oh yeah, music as a form of therapy. Yeah, of course you can all kumbaya and then everyone will feel good and everything will be solved. Well, that's a real kind of wrong way of looking at it. If I can say wrong, it's an immature or maybe an uninspired or maybe uneducated way of looking at it, because once you start digging into what music therapy can do, it can actually replace the use of some drugs. There are people that need to be medicated by drugs to calm themselves and to feel at peace. There aren't even drugs to help people's memories come back to them, whereas with music it's done. And so it's a really fascinating thing what music can be used for if we open our minds a little bit and look at, and start to discover how we can do that. So yeah, NPM, what's up, dude? And Johnny Bean, just in time. What you got there, dude?
Heineken.
Heineken? Too bright. Oh, Waterloo. Waterloo. Named after somebody who that's where you lost it all, right?
Yeah. Hey, Janice.
Janice is here.
Hi, Johnny.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm good. I just woke up when Laz sent the link out. I'm like, I literally just woke up and I couldn't tell what I had just dreamed like a second before and what Laz was saying, So it took me a few to get in here, but.
Yeah, and what Quentin is saying here too is that I don't think that it's correct necessarily to try to make people agree with anything. I'm just saying, inform yourself more about why some people might be suffering a certain way, and then you might find that your way of thinking might change, because there might be a different way to solve a problem. Back in the day, for example, when someone like my niece, my other niece, Rebecca, she has autism. Do you remember what people used to do with their kids that had these kinds of problems? They would shut them away in like another room or a closet or someplace, or put them in some kind of a home or something where they were just not probably treated well, and tried to ignore it, like it was like, oh, they're like almost like they were some kind of a mistake that God made giving them a child like that. But we understand things differently now, and some of these people have gifts and talents, and they have abilities that we normal people, if you want to call us normal, we normal people don't have, that can help us, get through life as a collective entity of peoples, or whatever you want to call this. So the bottom line is that understanding takes time and effort, and take a little time, put a little effort into it. That's all I'm saying, man. Quentin. But I love you, man. Just don't shoot me, bro. Hey, Alice. If I come to Kentucky, just keep your guns away. Thank you.
Hey, Alice.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's not about changing your mind, and it's not trying to make you believe in something that's true or not true. It's just about trying to get along with each other and loving each other. Okay, whether we want to call that a religious thing or whatever, people label stuff. That's the problem. Is that our ego, our mind, labels everything, and then we put it in a box and we label it, and then all of a sudden, oh, that's how it is. Things change. Things can change, and understanding can change, and all these things. So. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to play a video for you guys. What do you think, Johnny? You think I have that in?
Not here, but that sounds good. That sounds good to me. And hey, Robbie.
Did you want to say anything more? Where are you going? Going out to get breakfast?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Going out to see my breakfast? It's right here. It's waiting for me.
Going out to get something.
It's a broccoli, cauliflower, egg kind of tostada thing that my wife. It's so good. Oh, you have no idea how yummy it is. Well, I don't know what she calls it, but a friend of hers, taught her how to make it, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Laz, that party is the 24th. You were saying?
Yeah. Can you guys come? It's a Saturday. It's the Sabbath.
I can be there.
Well, then you should show up, Johnny.
I'll be there. Right?
We can do your stream from here if you want to
Jay Turner just messaged
in the
me.
music
Yeah.
room. You can come in here and do the show while we're out partying.
Okay, we'll do that. By the way, Saturday Night
I'll
Live.
have something in the room, by the way, that you might want to mess around with. By the way,
Is it that broccoli?
no. Keep guessing.
I know what you mean.
Let's just say that I'm very tempted to order 3 micro mini EVH amps, those little $40 ones, just to stack all 3 next to each other, mic them, and then do dry wet with that, just to be funny.
Oh, you'd have your studio set up.
There you go. I can get rid of the Funko Pops up here, put them on the shelf that I'm going to put up there, and then have the micro, stack right here in wet, dry, wet, with the EVH micro amps. Yeah, just call Johnny's name and he'll be there. Exactly.
Laz, Alice wants to see my Funko Pop again.
Oh, okay, Alice. Here we go. We'll show that again. Where is it? That's Komoko. And did you see Komoko and Mully yet, Johnny? I think I sent you pictures, so you know.
What?
But here.
Yes. I sent you.
You saw them. Yeah. Let me show you guys this. I'm going to take this off.
Hey, Janice.
Look at that. She's got a rock and roll biker like leather jacket on. She's wearing some Converse All Stars, and she's got a guitar and a microphone. She's ready to rock. Janice the Funko Pop. And I got it in the bag with the gift that Johnny she won in this fancy Funko Pop bag.
Oh, very
nice. I'm
nice.
going to send that to her along with some other swag from NAMM because, you got to do that. Because Janice is awesome.
Very good.
Right on. Hey, Jimmy Ray Hawkins. What's up, dude? As you all probably have realized that we're going to be making lots of these Funko Pops every time we go to LA. We're gonna make one of Robbie next time I'm down there, of course, Yeah. All right. So, can I show a video? Should we do this?
Sure.
I put some videos in, and I'm gonna do these short ones. These are like news clips, so I've got to put in the description. I've got to put these there and stuff, so I can be what do they call it? Make sure that I do things the right way according to copyrights and whatnots and all that. So this one's called "Music Helps Bring Back Memories and Others in Dementia."
But they're gonna get you no matter what when you play.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna grab you no matter what because it's not a person doing that; it's a machine.
Right. I know. Well, so far I haven't gotten caught.
Well, I did a stream walking around to the guitar shop I worked at in the back 14 years ago, and radio was playing in the background. It took 14 years for that video to get caught.
There you go.
So it'll happen eventually. Just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
My video of crying to me got claimed about 4 or 5 years after I posted it. So yes, it's true.
It is true.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to share this.
But I was so pumped. I was
here.
so pumped that it happened to me because I said, "Wow, that
really means you
cool.
arrived."
It was so close enough for rock and roll.
Close enough for rock and roll. They actually recognized you're playing an actual song.
Yes, absolutely.
Right on, Janice. All right, here we go. I'm going to share this to you guys. Hold on. How do I do that? I think I go like this, right? Do you guys see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hit the play button and tell me if you can hear it.
Yes.
The summer wind came blowing in.
This is what Marie is hearing through her headphones. Summer wind. It claps along.
You're going to get nailed for that song, Laz.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well.
While Dottie dances cheek to cheek. At a glance, they're doing what lots of people
Whatever
do when
happens,
they hear
happens,
music,
Johnny.
sing or dance. But what's so
for a
remarkable
good
about
cause.
this is that these women suffer from dementia and are very often nonverbal.
They told us that she couldn't speak. She really couldn't form words. When I played Frank Sinatra for her, she started telling me about how she went to a Frank Sinatra concert
She started telling him how Laz is getting busted
When
for
the
playing.
Lake House Music Academy students watched the award-winning documentary Alive Inside, which focuses on the healing power of music and its ability to combat memory loss, they were inspired to impact those afflicted with dementia in their own community. So the teens decided to take part in the Alive Inside Foundation pilot program.
Because music is processed and stored in every part of our brain like nothing else is, it stays with us. It stays with someone with dementia when they may seem like they don't remember anything. The music of their life, it's still there.
Before starting the program, the students were trained to work with people suffering with dementia. The Alive Inside Foundation offers resources to help volunteers understand aging, dementia, music, and the brain. After the training process, the students were paired with elders. They called them their adopted elders, and they spent 6 months getting to know them and their favorite music. Dementia educator Fran Panella wants the students to empathize with their adopted elders. For the past year, the teens worked with residents of United Methodist Communities Francis Asbury in Ocean Grove. They listened to music with these headphones.
And why do we use headsets? Well, someone with dementia cannot absorb all this different stimulation. So music can be playing in a room, but there's also people moving around and all these things. And if their brain is not really processing properly, then they're barely hearing that music. But when you're putting on a headset, everything else is drowned out.
But I don't enjoy it half as much. That ain't cheap to see.
Bernice's blue eyes widened and her face lit up as she listened to Cheek. Her niece is amazed.
It truly is awakening inside.
Student Tyler Kaplan plays all of Bernice's favorite songs.
She's listening to the music and dancing along.
It's a language that we can all speak and that we all know. The age gap doesn't even matter because it's just the music that brings you together.
On this day, Dottie danced and sang a few songs.
This past week, we really haven't been getting much of a response from Dottie. So to see her today, back to her old self because of the kids and because of the music is really amazing.
It's a really great feeling, like seeing them so happy.
Lake House Music Academy instructor Pamela Flores says the students benefit from the musical experience too.
I think it's a great way for them to see that it's not just about trying to be a rock star, that they can actually really make a change with music.
Memories make us kind of who we are, so I feel like without them, the meaning is kind of lost. And I think being able to bring the memories back gives our life a lot of meaning back.
As this music brings back old memories, for these women, it helps to create new ones too. In Ocean Grove, I'm Lauren Wonko, NJTV News.
There we go. What do you guys think of that? So let me show you guys a picture of my dad. I'm going to go ahead and solo this because when Octopus Ears and I were there, we serenaded him to sleep. There's Papa Laz. His name's Laszlo too. And there's a picture of, I had to selfie myself in there with Dad. It's playing my classical, and I took one of my other acoustics down, and Brent played that, and we played some songs that I wrote and some other songs that he likes. You know, he really likes the Johnny Bean. God, now it's slipping my mind. See, Alzheimer's is already hitting me, man. Anyway, yeah. The Johnny Bean, the Howie Bean song. He really likes that song. He starts like singing along to it and stuff. So I didn't do any video of him while we were there because that's kind of private, you know. But maybe next time I'll do something like that. I'd have to take a tripod and he loves it when I play piano. So next time I'll take like the keyboards down. And play for him. I might even buy a cheap one and just have it set up there, just so they have one there, you know, because he likes to tinkle on it a little bit too, like tinkling. My dad loves music, you know, and he was a great dancer too. That guy could dance. I think I get that from him for sure. But yeah, man, it was so great to see him, you know, kind of singing along to the tunes, and he would do this. He would like click his tongue like along to the beats and to the music, like, you know. So it's amazing how, like, these elderly people here you see in this video, how there's a documentary about this, and I should put that into the description as well. I'll link all these videos, but there's another one I wanted to play for you guys, and then we'll probably end this show soon. This one is also from like a news kind of a thing, and it's called "When Memory Misses a Beat, Music Can Offer Dementia Patients New Meaning." And then we'll talk a little bit about we'll talk a little bit about Memorial Day and PTSD and stuff like that too, and then because it is part of something that music can really help people suffering from trauma to get through things, to face things and get through them with music, right? So here we go again. We're going to do another presentation. All right. Right, share. There we are. You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go.
Muller has been exploring how music can provide help for people suffering from several forms of dementia. Here's the report.
This is amazing, by the way.
Paul Lividary has been playing the piano since he was 4 years old. Now in his 70s, he can still remember all his favorite tunes, like Fly Me to the Moon.
All these will probably get copyright strikes, but I think they're right. I can fight it.
Place where
I'll fight
memory
that.
doesn't
I'm gonna fight.
have any effect on me. The music just flows. If I want to play whatever I want to play,
I'll fight the block and win.
But aside from the music, his memory is failing him. Lividary, a retired attorney, learned several years ago that he has Alzheimer's.
nobody wants to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It was something that wasn't new to me because my father suffered from it as well.
Paul already
And it
has
is something
trouble
you'll find
remembering simple things,
hereditary.
like the day of the week. So his wife, Marina, starts every day going over their schedule.
Today's Monday. At 1:30, we're going over to Brentwood Presbyterian.
Marina and Paul have found new ways to communicate, and his music is a big part of that.
It has always been a part of Paul's life, but I think it became a language for him.
Absolutely.
And I think he could express himself emotionally with his music in ways that was satisfying to the deepest parts of himself. And for those who have ears to hear, they hear what he's saying.
And so Paul and Marina looked around for others who had ears to hear.
The unstated part of it is that you need to be around people, and that going to isolation because you're ashamed or you're worried that you're going to be made a fool of, it's not only not fruitful, but it's silly.
This is the coolest part, the
Marina
band that
heard
they
about
put
an
together,
unusual
Johnny.
group of musicians who get together to jam twice a week. She convinced Paul to give it a try. They call themselves the Fifth Dementia.
The Fifth
Human
Dementia.
reference to the fact that they all
Great,
suffer
right?
to varying degrees from dementia, Alzheimer's, or Parkinson's disease.
I love it.
Gene
Dementia.
Sterling on drums is the band's leader. He has an uncontrollable tremor. Until, that is, he picks up those drumsticks.
There you go.
The whole thing is to stay in motion with the tremor issue in one's life. It exacerbates itself most distinctly when you're in rest.
So a drummer is not at rest.
Yes, that's right.
Sam Mayo on harmonica is a retired UCLA history professor. His dementia has robbed him of the ability to speak clearly. So when asked to describe in a word what the band means to him, he got some help from Gene.
He has this sense of freedom. I would say the one word would be freedom.
Freedom, do you agree?
You're damn right.
Ira Rosenstein plays
I love
keyboards, where his dementia and Parkinson's no longer define him.
I have a purpose. I'm not sure what the purpose is. It's just that having something to do that is valuable is important.
The band was started by Ira and his wife, Carol, who also founded its parent organization, musicmensminds.org. The fifth dementia, she says, has provided an antidote to her husband's suffering.
I think he's much more alert. He's much more interesting. His cognition has improved, and we have something great to share. I mean, we really were losing a connection, and he was really slipping away. And I can really say that he's back again.
The wives and families of these men say the music has made a difference, lowering their depression and raising their energy. And there's science to support that.
UCLA neurobiologist Marco Iacoboni says playing an instrument involves muscle memory in the brain, which is not impacted by dementia.
They're retrieving all these memories that they have about this really bodily practice. You may forget what you've eaten at lunch, but you have not forgotten what you've done for many years and for many hours every week using an instrument to create music. You can't forget that.
Even more important, he says, is the emotional power of music.
All these things are synchronized, so the multisensory component of music, and it's very rich. It's even richer than our, everyday life experience, because it involves so many different channels of communication that it creates, I think, something that binds together information in the brain and makes it really powerful and probably more resilient to damage.
Even so, he cautions that we still have a lot to learn about the brain, so there's no way to predict how long these men or the band will be able to play music. But when they do play, no one seems worried about the future. All they care about is the joy of making music, and not just with each other. Once a week, they're joined by 3 teenage jazz musicians
This is cool.
from the Windward
Young
School
people
in
getting
West
involved
LA.
in this. Different ways you can use your musical talents to make the world a better place, right?
Playing, they just sound like these professional musicians, and I've learned so much from Gene and from everyone else just playing with them.
When you really get down to it, we're all the same.
I hope so, man.
In this way, in this music, this thing that binds us. And most people who are our age aren't into that type of music, and we really love it.
It may not be the preferred music of the young, but when the fifth dementia played a concert at the school, all the students seemed to love the band's rendition of All of Me. Carol Rosenstein says music programs around the city are showing interest in starting their own bands for people suffering from dementia.
I think we've got something rather magical going on. And the bottom line is, did we have fun?
Paul Lividary echoes that sentiment.
I personally describe music these days, and I never did all my musical life, as magic. From a dementia perspective, my experience is that it creates life.
But then his life with Marina has always been filled with music. He composed this song, The Scent of Orchids, for their wedding day. The sheet music still hangs in a frame on their wall.
Scent of Orchids, which you played for us. When you play that and she responds to it, I mean, is there still some emotion attached to that?
For both of them, music reaches past memory to a place deeper than memory.
It's like another language, and
It is.
It's one that communicates in the present, and that's pretty much where we live right now.
I'm Judy Muller for the NewsHour in Los Angeles.
Awesome. What do you guys think of that, huh? Awesome, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so, and I have another video too, and it's like 30 minutes long, so I'm not going to post that right now for you guys all to watch, but I'll put it in the description at the end of the show so you guys can go watch it if you want. I'm going to save these to that as well. And yeah, man, there's so much to learn about how music can be used. If you're wondering, if you're a musician, if you're wondering, what kind of volunteerism I can do in the world that might make a difference. Some of these kids are showing us the way, and some of these educators are showing us the way when it comes to helping people with their elderly family members that are kind of slipping away, their memories are slipping away, get involved in something like that if you want. Because not all these old folks homes and places allow music to be played and stuff, but the headphones is a very interesting part. That when you saw them using the headphones in the first video, the headphones really makes a difference, because one of the problems with dementia is that there's a lot of difficulty with the brain when it comes to deciphering what's going on around you. Same thing happens with people with PTSD and stuff. You know, their memories will be intruding. They'll have almost kind of like you know, waking dreams or nightmares happening during the day, right? These traumas that come back at them, like post-traumatic stress disorder is, you know, a post-trauma situation that keeps coming back at you like it's a loop, and people have trouble sleeping and all this kind of stuff. So sometimes music will change that I guess what you could call playback that's going on in your brain. You can play a song that makes you feel a certain way, and it'll overshadow that other feeling. It'll make that other one go away, even if for a while, and that can make a difference. That's why they can use music in place of using psychoactive drugs and things that typically are used to calm someone. They can use music, which costs nothing, and that's why a lot of times this was really, really being rejected by a lot of, you know, hospitals and places, because, you know, there's no money to be made in that for pharmaceuticals, right? In free, you know, forms of therapy. So, but we can do it. If you want to get involved in this kind of stuff, look it up in your local area. If you want to, you know, help your veterans, for example, or family members of veterans, or family members who are traumatized by having lost their family member to a war. So Memorial Day, it's not just remembering our fallen soldiers and people that we've lost to war. Memorial Day, we should remember that there are still their family members left behind that sometimes need help and support too. And we can be there for them also, you know? So remember that part of Memorial Day. I'd have to say. It's not really rhyming. But remember that there are ways that you can help. If you don't think that you can make a difference in the world, you're wrong. You can. In so many ways you can make a difference in the world. And if you have even the smallest amount of musical talent, you might have more musical talent than somebody that's got none. So getting involved in something like that, in your local veterans hospital or your local old folks home, or just in one of these church groups or something like that. Johnny was playing at a church the other week. Right, Johnny? What was that all about? That was probably some kind of a week ago.
My gig
Exactly.
It was playing at a Swedish gig service, and it was awesome. I met all sorts of old people.
Right. And what's really, really cool about that, and I love old people. Like, you know, I think I'm kind of old now. I'm 56, even though I act like a 20-year-old. I still, you know, I have the memories of a 56-year-old, though, so I have a lot of experience to share. Janice, I'm sure, you know, has a lot of experience and things that she can share with the rest of the world.
I can't share a lot.
Well, okay. Well,
believe me,
you can warn us. You can warn us of you can warn us of what not to do.
Oh my God.
But you can't help it either, Janice, right? So that's part of the human condition, right?
I'm sitting here all by myself thinking about all the things that I've done, and oh my God.
Easy, Rich. Easy, Rich. This is funny, man. Oh my God. Anyway, like Carrie, Johnny version. He walks away, leaving the whole place ablaze and burning down. No, that's funny.
It's like I said that I really wish I could write a tell-all book, but I would get in a lot of trouble.
Well, you know what you do is you just write it, and then you have that released upon your death as a joke to the world. That'd be awesome. I'd read it. It'd be interesting, right?
I don't deserve anything good in life.
Oh, come on. I don't believe that at all. I don't.
I really don't.
It can't all be.
I had a lot of fun, though.
There you go. So there you go. You can tell us all how to have fun. There you go. Anyway. She just sees the memories are popping up in her brain right now, and she's laughing because she's remembering some of the worst of it. Anyway, so that's the show, you guys. I went a little long. That's what she said. And we're gonna. I had to. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah, that's my little devil in me, right? Anyway, so that's the show, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely go check out those videos that I'm gonna post up if you want to watch them again, or share them with friends, and share this video with your friends. Like, subscribe, help me get to 1,000 this year, you guys. If you guys help me get to 1,000, I'm going to buy one of them Kramer guitars that Johnny's always talking about, and I'm going to stripe it up like I'm striping up the green one someday, and I'm going to give it away to somebody that's in our grand, whatever you want to call, community of people's here. Subscribers only.
Subscribers, yes.
Subscribers,
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm also going to do something else. See how on my presentation board here I have all these special supporters? I'm going to keep putting the names on here that I keep leaving out. I got to add some more names. There's at least 5 or 6 more names I got to add onto here. I'm going to also do a raffle out of the supporters too. So it might not be for a guitar or something that big, but it might be something like a Laz Funko Pop and a swag bag of all kinds of cool stuff that I have here. Maybe even a pedal. I don't know. Why not, right? The end of the year, I always do a 12 Days of Rockmas anyway. So I usually give away around $500-600 worth of stuff when you include all the shipping and everything, right? So, yeah, that's a good idea. Jimmy Ray Hawkins says, just change the names of the people and places in your book and make it like a crazy story. Why not? Do it. You don't have to give away the people's, Thank you so much.
Yeah, but you
Martin.
know what? I'm in that situation too. I mean, like, I would have to implicate myself.
Whoever becomes subscriber number 666, you're going to get a very special gift. That's all I can say. Mike Olson. Mike Olson is in here, one of those on the list there. You see his name up there. And as people, I'm not going to do a thing like where every month the list starts over again and stuff. I'm just going to keep adding up the numbers of how much money people have given me as a PayPal supporter, so we can see who's the top dog, As a matter of fact, honestly, his name's not even on here yet, but Hobo Roadie should be at the top of that because he sent me this pedal. Oh, I have all my pedals are put away now. I used to have the pedal floor. It was so fun. I could just reach down and grab it. Anyway, I have this pedal from Hobo Roadie that he gave to me, and it's worth like probably $300-400 because it's a vintage OD1 yellow Boss pedal, and they go for around $250 to $350 depending on condition.
Wow!
So that's the most I've ever gotten as a supporter gift from someone in the channel. So, supporter in the channel.
Their name's not even on there.
Alice, if you want to donate money, there's a link to my PayPal in the description of every video. Just click that PayPal link and donate away. Use friends and family so I don't have to pay taxes. Because the government doesn't deserve my money. No. Anyway.
Oh my God. Alice, thank you.
Let the rich let Bezos pay for all this, right? He's got enough. Jesus. Anyway. PayPal. There you go. PayPal. So easy. Right there. PayPal supporter. You go to PayPal and there you go. But yeah, if you choose friends and family, I think Mully sent me to pay for his Funko Pops. But he didn't choose friends and family because it would cost him $5 more, he said. That means I have to pay for that $5 now, Mully. Just kidding. No worries, dude. I got you covered. But anyway, yeah, and I got these ones for Johnny here. Johnny's extra Funkos are waiting.
Are you around tomorrow?
I'm gonna be in the area, but I can probably meet you in the evening if that works.
I'll be up there all day tomorrow. I can stop by and get.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on Memorial Day of all things because everyone else goes camping and doing all that stuff, and I'm gonna do that on another weekend and get my sweetie to take a day off, and we'll go do something like when not everyone else is doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really want to take her to Cherry Lake and Lake Eleanor. It's a couple like twin lakes next to each other, but one's you have to hike to, and it's like just northwest of Hetch Hetchy Reservoir, And it's a great place to do a little one-day excursion or a camp overnight and hike to the lake. But we can even do a one-day thing there because it's an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there, roughly 2 hours to get there. Maybe, well, actually, it's more like 3 because when you get off the highway and you got to get to the lake, it's like windy roads. But it's awesome. Yeah. So that's it, you guys. So if you guys have any, lost family members to wars, reach out to their family members and give them a little of your love and time and attention. And if there's any parades or other events you can take part of as a musician to support them. And yeah, Mark's gas station, peace. Let's all support peace, right? And let's support Robbie Stingle. Go subscribe to Robbie Stingle as well. Everyone subscribe to each other, and let's grow everyone's channel. And yeah, rock on, I guess, right, Johnny? What are we saying?
Rock on.
Rock on. So don't forget that
Keep it
secret.
there.
Keep it there. That's a good one.
There.
Woo!
See ya!
The secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart. That's what I say. Put them together with your friends, with musical instruments. I'm wearing my friend Henning's shirt today. Gear Street 4, or I would call it Quattro.
Here's my hometown, Fort Chester, New York.
There you go, Port Chester, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Rock out with your friends. Play some music. Got my pedal show mug here because I love those guys too. Rock out with each other, play some music, do something for your elders, give them some love with music. And until next time, you guys, Music Therapy Labs. Johnny Bean and Janice, how do we do it? We're out.